I'm done. My children is dead. I'm done. I'm done with life. And it's all Jermaine's fault. It's always Jermaine's fault. I'm done. I'm killing myself. I'm done.
Oh my God, what happened? Did he hurt you?
Hey, she's fine. We're fine.
She doesn't look fine.
Are you ready to die over this? Seriously?
Is this how you want your hike to end? Hi, I'm John Hamm. Over 100% of all domestic disputes are just two people trying to work stuff out. You getting involved isn't gonna help. You don't know what's going on. I don't care what you think you see, just keep your eyes down and keep walking. For more information on how to not get involved, go to www.don'tbeahero.com.
When you're on a date, who should pay?
I know. I mean, that's what I told them. You know, I'm sorry.
But-
I would say I'm dating. We're dating.
But here's the-
gentleman here.
Okay, he's supposed to pay.
Yeah. That's
You're
what I told them.
but you're supposed to have sex with him whenever he says.
No. Whenever Walt.
Where does this double standard come from? I'm sorry, it's the reality. You guys you can moan at it all you want, but the moment you say to a guy, you have to fucking pay for my time, you're saying this relationship isn't equal. This relationship isn't equal. My time is worth more than yours, so you should pay for it. I wonder what paradigm that sets up.
Yeah. Hey, yeah. Woman don't owe you shit with your dusty Tims. Can't pull up to a crib cause you bought a din. All outside with your dick like let me come in. Not even by the hairs on your chinny chin. Yeah. Woman don't owe you. Yeah. Woman don't owe you shit. Boy, woman don't owe you.
Hey guys, you hear that? Women don't owe men anything. No matter what you do, they don't owe you anything. So guys, don't take them out on dinner dates. Don't pay their bills. Don't buy them gifts. They don't need us anymore, guys. This song, did you hear the song? They don't need us for nothing. They're free. They can do whatever they want. Bros, just focus on yourself.
Can we ask the zodiac signs real quick?
Oh my God, no, bro.
Please.
No, bro. That shit
guess?
does not matter. It is not true,
guess.
bro.
I like when people guess.
Yes. Okay.
How do y'all feel when girls be saying that though?
I feel like a lot of the shit that you say is gonna be in fucking valid. That's exactly what because it's like this. If you wanted to guess my sign and I told you, you say, "Oh, I think you're a Cancer," and I'd be like, "No, I'm a Taurus."
Are you?
Yes, I'm a Taurus. Do I act like a Taurus?
You do.
I do?
Yeah.
I'm not a fucking Taurus.
You should saw that one coming.
Talk about this because you really can't be a man of value or consequence if you out here moving sexually irresponsible. We're gonna get into it. Jumping in all kind of freaky situations, not understanding the long-term possible ramifications to your brand, dropping babies all over the place, mishandling situations with people you're having consensual sex with, ghosting women after you hook up. Hello?
Tú haces que mi vida tenga más sentido. Haces que yo quiera estar contigo. Tú eres como el agua clara que llueve del cielo.
Cabrón.
Te quiero porque quiero que me quieras, porque como tú no hay nadie más que me quiera enseñar.
Chinga, qué pedo. Tranquilo, güey. Tranquilo, güey, tranquilo.
Todos mis deseos en cuestión de piel.
Tranquilo, güey, tranquilo ya. No te merecía, la neta.
Yo, what is going on, guys? What is going on, guys? Your boy Killer Kawabo. Welcome to another episode of Men Operate in Reality. Welcome to another MGTOW Monday. Hope you guys are doing well today. Hope you guys are feeling great, having a good day. Hope you guys had a good weekend. I wanted to do this video because I was watching Coach Greg Adams. Shout out to Coach Greg Adams. He made a video called The Marriage Wheel, a concept called The Marriage Wheel. Now, I'm not sure if he actually made it up, but he's the one that's the more proponent of it, been promoting it. And that's how I learned about The Marriage Wheel, was through him. So I wanted to play his video, go over the marriage wheel for most guys, because I know how we feel. I've been feeling sometimes too. I've been thinking, damn, I wish I had me a girl. You know what I'm saying? I wish I had me a girl that's a wife. I want children, yada, yada, all that stuff. That natural biology of you wanting to have a wife and child. And which is fine. You know what I'm saying? You got to go through that as a man. That's biology. As a man, you want a family and child. However, unfortunately, the way today's marriage system works, it's a lose-lose situation. And unfortunately for men, we lose all the time. We lose half our assets. We lose peace, time, quiet, freedom. We lose our children. We lose our minds. And women, for some reason, like to think that it's them they lose. It's themselves they lose. Women will make every type of excuse to why a marriage is terrible for them, but then they never care when we discuss how terrible a marriage is for us. And unfortunately, men get caught up in this marriage cycle. They get caught up in the marriage wheel. They get happy when they get married. They find themselves some nice girl. They're happy to get married. They have children. They raise up little children. Then it gets to a point when a woman comes up that I'm not happy. I'm not happy. Then when I'm not happy starts, that's when she starts to get emotionally distant. She starts to get emotionally distant. Y'all stop having sex like y'all used to do. And then out of nowhere, she comes out with, here's the divorce papers. And unfortunately, she's going to come out and say the reason why she wants a divorce is because of this.
My children is dead. I'm done. I'm done with life. And it's all Jermaine's fault. It's always Jermaine's fault. I'm done. I'm killing myself. I'm done.
It always ends with that. It's always your fault. So why these marriages do not work. So we're going to show some videos before we show Coach Greg Adams. We're going to show some videos before we show Coach Greg Adams and the whole marriage wheel. But before we get started, please like the video. If you have not liked it yet, please like the video. Share, subscribe to the page. Hit the notification bell so you know next time I drop. I am focusing on doing more live streams. As long as my live streams stay up and well, I will focus on more live streams. So please hit that like button, hit that subscribe button so you know next time I drop. And we're going to get started on some of these videos real quick. All right, guys. As you can see, we're starting off with the dudes. This is before y'all get married. This is even before y'all get married. During the engagement, all this stuff that you think is going to be nice and great. You're all giddy. Your heart's like, oh man, I can't wait. I'm so excited. This is what happens before the engagement. Schedule. Let's read the context. Y'all females really going out here like this. We are scheduled to get married in 2 weeks. 2 weeks. This man is scheduled to get married in 2 weeks. and he thinks it's going to be easy. Just like that. She going to fall in his lap just like that.
I come home 2 days early to this, bro. All in the drawer. We get married in 2 weeks. Supposed to get married in 2 weeks. Bro, they're everywhere, though. Babe, where you at? You at home? Where? I'm at home right now, bro. Bro, what's this in your drawer?
Why are you at home?
What's this in your drawer?
What's in my drawer?
Bro, quit playing me like you. Bro, I'm not stupid, bro. What's up? What we doing?
Why are you popping up straight?
Wow.
Bro, what you mean? Popping up? I live here, bro. We get married in 2 weeks. What you mean popping up?
Off Saturday, so why are you?
It don't matter when I'm supposed to get off, bro. Oh my God, bro. I'm about to go crazy. I'm really about to go crazy right now, bro. Where you at?
Oh, wow.
Bro, quit playing with me, bro. I swear to God,
deflecting.
Bro.
She deflecting. Now, let's break this down real quick. Let me pause.
Come home 2 days early to this, bro. All in the drawer. We get
pausing.
Married in 2 weeks. Got it.
Sorry about that, guys. I do not know what happened there. Technical difficulties. Y'all know how it is. Y'all know how it can be sometimes. Always a technical difficulties. But we back on. I'm gonna show that video again. Again, I apologize for that, but I'm gonna show you that video again. We're gonna start. I don't know how much it got, but we're gonna show that video again. All right. Okay, let's do this again, guys. I apologize for technical difficulties. Now, again, this video is starting off. The dude is getting married in 2 weeks. 2 weeks.
I come home 2 days early to this, bro. All in the drawer. We get married in 2 weeks. Supposed to get married in 2 weeks. Bro, they're everywhere, though. Babe, where you at? You at home? Where? I'm at home right now, bro. Bro, what's this in your drawer?
I thought I found the one.
What's this in your drawer?
What's in my drawer?
Bro, quit playing me like you. Bro, I'm not stupid, bro. What's up? What we doing?
Why are you popping up today early? Like, why are you home?
Bro, what you mean popping up? I live here, bro. We get married in 2 weeks. What you mean popping up?
Off Saturday, so why are you?
It don't matter when I'm supposed to get off, bro. Oh my God, bro. I'm about to go crazy. I'm really about to go crazy right now, bro. Where you at?
I'm about to call you back. Hold on.
Bro, quit playing with me, bro. I swear to God, bro.
So she denying. First of all, she denying and deflecting what she did by buying condoms, and she don't use them with her man. She trying to get mad at him, talking about he popping up.
To this, bro.
He's supposed to get married in 2 weeks to this chick.
We get married in 2 weeks. Supposed to get married in 2 weeks.
She buying all types of condoms, different sizes for different dudes. That's crazy.
You at home? Where?
I've been heard too many times to get played like this. So he been dealing with a chick like this, of women like this, and he's still he's still wasting his time trying to get married. That is a foolish gamble. And you see what happened? She's going around sleeping with other men. What if it gets pregnant? Then this guy is on the hook for 18 years for another man's child.
Right now, bro. Bro, what's this in your drawer?
Why are you at home?
What's this?
And then look at his statement. I thought I found the one. That's always a mistake. You never found the one. And it's so funny that people use that notion, the one, quote unquote, because if you watch the sequel to The Matrix, they found out that the one is some bullshit. So even if you, because we like to use the Matrix red pill, that's where you get the red pill, blue pill, whatever, from the Matrix. So using the Matrix, the people don't realize the blue pill people use the Matrix as well. So they always use, quote unquote, the one, as in Neo and Morpheus. But watch the sequel, what happens. The one was fake, manufactured by this system to be used and to start the cycle of the Matrix again, which is very funny because we're going over the marriage rule, which starts a cycle of how these blue pill Sims act.
What's this in your drawer?
What's in my drawer?
Bro, quit playing me like you. Bro, I'm not stupid, bro. What's up? What we doing?
Why are you popping up today early? Like, why are you home?
Bro, what you mean popping up? I live here, bro. We get married in 2 weeks.
And she trying to deflect the blame on him. This is what you have to deal with when you get married. The woman's always going to deflect the blame on you. She's going around, sleeping around. And then he's asking her, like, what are you doing? And she's like, why are you popping up? Like, wait a minute. Why are you getting mad at me? You're the one that's going around cheating with other dudes, but you mad at me for popping up at my crib early?
What you mean popping up?
Off Saturday, so why are you?
It don't matter when I'm supposed to get off, bro. Oh my God, bro. I'm about to go crazy. I'm really about to go crazy right now, bro. Where you at?
I'm about to call you back. Hold on.
Bro, quit playing with me, bro. I swear to God, bro.
And that's just the monicum. That's just a small little portion of what you're going to have to deal with when you try to get married to these modern women. That's just the beginning. That is just the beginning. That is just the beginning. Now imagine if you got into it for some years. Imagine if you got into it for some years and you were just unhappy. And that's what's up with most men. They get unhappy by a lot of these women because these women do the bait and switch. Now I think we're gonna break it down when Coach Ray Adam does a video. I just want to show a few more different clips just to get y'all mindset. Just to get your mindset rolling about this marriage. If you want to get married, if you're still thinking about getting married in this day and age, you're going to be surely mistaken. All right. Now we're going to check this video right here by this lady who was married, but then decided to get divorced for this reason. Let's play.
Divorce my husband. Why did I divorce my husband? I divorced my husband because I was making a certain amount of money. I divorced my husband because I thought I didn't need him anymore. I divorced my husband because I had this senior position at work and thought I held the same position at home. I divorced my husband because I thought I was better than him because I had my degree now. I divorced my husband because I thought a successful marriage meant I was here and he was down here. That is not success. That's fucking sickness. All the while, my husband done found somebody else building a relationship and building a life with them. Divorce my husband.
Crazy. So she divorced her husband. We're going to go back through this. We're going to go back through this and break this down real quick. So she went and divorced her husband because she frankly thought she was better than him. And that's going to be your problem, gentlemen. When you decide to get married to these women and then you try to do this modern marriage where she goes out to work and focus on her career while you go out and work, do your thing as well, and you still become the husband, she won't want to be a wife. She won't want to be a wife.
I'm done. My children is dead. I'm done. I'm done with life. And it's all Jermaine's fault. It's always Jermaine's fault. I'm done. I'm killing myself. I'm done.
And then she's going to blame you. She will blame you for the reason why it goes down. It's all going to be your fault. So this is what you want, gentlemen? Y'all want to be blamed for the whole marriage breaking down because she decided to leave. She's the one, the problem with modern women is when they feel like they're doing better than you, they feel like they should upgrade from you. And anytime you still do your job as a husband, you pay the bills, you protect and provide, but then she is looking at you like, well, I need you for it. I'm paying half of my bills. And then you still expect me to wash the dishes and do this and do that?
Divorce my husband. Why did I divorce my husband? I divorced my husband because I was making a certain amount of money. I divorced my husband because I thought I didn't need him anymore. I divorced my husband because I had this senior position at work and thought I held the same position at home. I divorced my husband because I thought I was better than him because I had my degree now. I divorced my husband because I thought a successful marriage meant I was here and he was down here. That is not success. That's fucking.
Yep. Let me go back to that one part that just hit the nail on the head.
I thought a successful marriage meant I was here and he was down here. That is not.
And that's the problem with modern women. They think that their marriage is supposed to be they're on the top while the man's in the bottom position. That's why they will always degrade you. That's why they will always try to put the business out there and shame you in public. That's why they always put it on Instagram. Anytime there's a problem, it's on Instagram, TikTok, all that type of stuff. They think degrading you is going to make you less of a man, not knowing that if they think you're less of a man, they will find themselves unattracted to you. Then they go out into the dating world, find out how bad they got it. Most likely, 9 times out of 10, the man will find a different wife. Or usually, men that get married and get divorced usually can find themselves a different girl. Modern women, on the other hand, they don't realize it's harder for them after they've been divorced. It's not that easy for them to find another husband. Then they go online screaming. And then causing problems for everybody else. Causing chaos. They raise children in a broken home. That causes chaos. They're going around sleeping with lots of different men. Then they get mad at men that they don't want to commit to them when they find that disgusting.
Not success. That's fucking sickness. All the while, my husband done found somebody else building a relationship and building a life with them. Divorce my.
And that's the problem with modern women. They think they're better than the men. They want to feel more superior to the men, and they don't realize they get unattracted to that very easily. Because what is it that women want biologically? They want a man that's stronger than them, that's able to provide for them, because women don't like to work. They want men like that. But when they emasculate the man, and the men don't even be liking that, but they go along with it because they think, I don't want to lose my girl. I don't want to be alone. So they'll take the emasculation, not knowing all the while that she's losing attraction to that. And when she loses attraction to that, that's when she's going to step out. That's when she's going to date somebody else. That's when she's going to cheat. All that type of stuff. Girls night out, she's not going to give you nothing. And all the while, she is going to blame you that the marriage fell apart.
My children is dead. I'm done. I'm done with life. And it's all Jermaine's fault. It's always Jermaine's fault. I'm done. I'm killing myself. I'm done.
It's all your fault. It'd be all your fault the reason why the marriage broke down. It'd be all your fault the reason why she's not attracted to you and then attracted to some other man. Now, we're going to play another video. We'll play another video that shows this man has been married for a few years, seems like. He works hard for his wife, but his wife does not clean, cook, nothing for him. The man worked 13-hour shift, and the woman is not cooking anything for him. This is sad to see right here.
But I'm saying I can't come home to a full-plus meal. What we married for? What we married for?
I'm not your mama. I'm your wife.
I just pulled a 13-hour shift. I just knew I was gonna come home and have some food on the goddamn stove. And they be playing, man. You been doing it for like 2 or 3 months, man. What is it? You don't pay no goddamn bill. I pay the car note, the house notes, family trips. I'll pay for.
That's what you're supposed to do.
Wow!
Man, you know what?
Provide and protect. That's what you're supposed to do.
Why? I can't get no food in the house then. Huh? But I'm saying.
Yo! I'm telling you, these modern women have no remorse. No food at the house for him. 13-hour shift. He paying for everything. She ain't doing nothing. She paying for the house. Let's play this again. Let's break this down.
But I'm saying I can't come home to a full-plus meal. What we married for? What we married for?
I'm not your mama. I'm your wife.
And as a wife, you still have wifely duties. It is to cook. It is to clean. It is to raise the children. It is to be a helpmate. And if he's paying all, and he's providing and protecting, is doing his job, what do you be doing? But this is the problem with these modern women nowadays. They think that being a wife is just lounging around. I don't know where they got this from. is that they don't want to work, period. So modern women complaining they want to work in their career. Okay, the husband lets you work in their career, then you lose attraction for the husband because this guy is not doing he's not trying to become better than you. This guy's comfortable being a husband. However, if he's working a 9 to 5 and he's paying some bills, paying half of the bills, you're not content with that. But if he's paying all of the bills and you're at home, you still want to do nothing. They still want to do nothing, and they're not content with that. They will still get mad if they're not living a luxurious lifestyle. Then they will still get mad at you, and they will still leave you. And then you don't know what she's doing when he's working 13 hours. She might have been around the neighbor for all we know. She might have been around the neighbor all day for all we know. All he can't wanted was a home cooked meal, and she can't even provide that. She don't do nothing. She can't even provide that.
I just pulled a 13-hour shift. I just knew I was gonna come home and have some food on the goddamn stove.
And he don't know what time it is. So he can't even go to no fast food. He just hoping his wife gonna come through with some food on the table because he worked all day to pay for everything. And he pays for everything. Yeah, this is crazy.
And now you playing, man.
And then he even leave him any food. She eating food right in front of him. And didn't even leave him any food to eat. How did she even get that pizza slice? She didn't even leave him no pizza?
You've been doing for like 2 or 3 months, man. What is it? You don't pay no goddamn bill. I pay the car note, the house notes, family trips. I'll pay for. That's what you're supposed to do.
And then you wonder why a lot of men just decide to go and cheat. Because women ain't doing their duties as a wife. Not only that, he should have been kicked her out, in my opinion. If you're not doing what you're supposed to do, leave. You're being a leech. If she's not even working a 9 to 5. So what's the problem? If she can't cook a meal for this guy, this is craziness.
Man, you know what? That's what you're supposed to. Why? I can't get no food in the house then. Huh? But I'm saying.
But she talking about provide and protect. But man, you're supposed to be a helpmate. You're supposed to be picking up the slack. That's why you're supposed to clean the house. Because the man, he's going to be working a 13-hour shift, coming home so damn tired that he's just going to leave the stuff on the floor and then go to sleep. Now, he might clean it up, but it's going to be some days later after he gets some free time, on his days off. But if you're a housewife, what do you think you're supposed to be doing? You're supposed to be helping him out. So you're supposed to back him up with a clean house so his mind could be clear, helping to give him some food, make dinner so his stomach can be full so he won't be too tired for the next 13-hour shift. But these modern women don't think. They don't think past 5 minutes. So all she's been doing, I guess, all day has been eating food for herself, probably lounging around. Because 13 hours is a long time to not cook any food for your husband or not have any food for your husband, not even cook. She could have kept the pizza slice with him. And men, this is what you're going to get. This is what you're going to get when you get into a marriage. It's what they call the bait and switch. Now, she probably provided her good bedroom fun. She probably provided him maybe a trial one of cooking and cleaning because he says it's happened for 2-3 months. So this has just been happening recently. She probably been doing the stuff that got him hooked. Like, oh, I want to marry this chick. I can provide and protect, so I can pay for everything while you can stay home. And then she bait and switched him. And once we show the Coach Greg Adams video, he'll break that down. But man, oh man, that's what you're gonna get when you get into a marriage, fellas. Those are just 3 examples of the type of marriage y'all will have when you decide to get into it. And then all for you to lose half of your assets. All for you to lose half of your assets. Is that worth it, fellas? I know it feels lonely sometimes. I know it. I feel you on that, fellas. But unfortunately, the way that today's modern world is set up, these women are not wives anymore. And if you marry one of these chicks, you're liable to lose your entire life. And I don't mean just your livelihood. Because most men, when they get married and then they lose their family, they lose half their assets, they lose themselves. Because a man's nature is to be fruitful and create a family. If they lose part of themselves, and sometimes that's the reason why a lot of men take themselves out. You see a lot of homeless men. You wonder why these men are homeless. It's because they were married once. And unfortunately, a lot of marriages do not last long anymore. They're not like our grandparents and our parents' marriage. Fortunately, I was able to live with parents that were married. Shout out to Zone TV. Unfortunately, I was able to see my parents married growing up. But I know a lot of people do not experience that. And it definitely messes with your mental. And when you're a man and you lose your family like that, it is, let's just say, you're not going to make it through that. You will not make it through it at all. Now, we're going to do, I'm going to show the video for Coach Greg Adams. Shout out to Coach Greg Adams with this concept, the marriage wheel, which is a really great concept that men need to learn, because unfortunately, this is what is going to happen if you decide to get married in modern society. And it's sad. Man, a lot of men go through this, and it's unfortunate. It's really unfortunate, because this becomes a lot of men's downfall. Just to get married, it's a lot of men's downfalls.
What's going on, everybody? It is Coach Greg Adams back in here with another video. Today, ladies and gentlemen, I brought out my special friend. This right here is the board. We could call it the board of truth in honor of John from MGTOW's Freedom. Remember those old days? If you don't remember those days, please go back and watch his videos. The guy is a genius. Anyway, we're going to call this the marriage wheel. But essentially, it is what we know in MGTOW in the red pill area as the matrix. This is the matrix. This is the matrix financially. This is the matrix emotionally when you decide to get married. Now, so
remember I was talking about matrix? Remember I mentioned matrix earlier? Even the whole concept of the one is the matrix. That's why the matrix encompasses everything. So, you know what I'm saying, prevalently. Everything is a matrix. Red pill, blue pill, the one. You know what I'm saying? Like all that stuff, even on the blue pill side, is a matrix. So this whole marriage wheel is a matrix as well. That puts you in a system that gets you trapped, and you will lose if you try to rebel against it. So the only way to break out of it is to take the red pill, which is going independent, focusing on yourself, growing yourself, and rebelling against this whole marriage system. Now that we see marriage is kind of breaking down in terms of not a lot of people getting married, we'll see, what's it called? There's a news article, David's Bridal is going bankrupt because a lot of people are not getting married anymore. So you see this kind of working now for men, where since we're not getting married anymore. A lot of these places that are used to get, millions of dollars for being about marriage, they're going bankrupt now because a lot of people are getting married. So this is a whole matrix. Everything is built on the matrix. Let's go.
Some of you guys are going to look at this and say, man, this guy's lying. He's making it up. He might be the only one has gone through this. So he's just dealing with it from his own perspective. But that's false. What we know is this happens to 50%, at least 50% of the marriages in our country. And if it's not happening to the 50%, we know it's probably more than 80%, because 50% of all new marriages go through this. Not just 50% of all marriages, 50% of new marriages go through this. Now, this will is the undisputed truth. This is how.
And then one thing I'm going to add, we all know that most marriages, 80% of marriages are ended by the wife. So most of the marriages, especially with new marriages, are always ended by the wife. It's just rare that a man ends a marriage. She got to be trying to kill this dude for him to goddamn leave a marriage.
How it happens. And this is how it happens for everyone. There will be no surprises here. So if you don't want to know how your marriage is going to go, what path it's going to take, then stop this video. But if you do want to know, this is my spoiler alert. If you do want to know, then continue watching this video, because not only am I going to spell it out, everyone in the comment section is going to agree. And if you happen to disagree and you want to go ahead and say you're bitter, you're hurt, you don't know what you're talking about, please go ahead and fight me in the comment section, because I'll be ready for you. All right, so we're going to talk about the marriage.
And I can't imagine people, especially men, disagreeing with this. Like, you can see this all around, this marriage reel. It happens to everyone. It's going on with everyone. Even with a football player, famous football player, Hakimi, I think his name is. You see what's going on with him. He kind of put a reverse Uno card on his wife and got lucky with that. But imagine how many other men go through this crap.
Marriage wheel. All right. And you're going to enter in at this particular point. All right. So first you're going to start right here at the top. All right. Right here at the top. This at the top says engage. All right. Some of you guys are going to get engaged, and that's going to spell out in a big S with 2 lines. That means it's going to cost you money. Not only did you date this individual, you vetted them out as much as possible. You met their family. You have taken all the precautions you need to vet this individual out. And you've decided to spend the ultimate gift on that person. So you bought an engagement ring, and you've committed to marry. Where the next step is going to be is wedding. Right here at the top. All right. So you're still good. You decided to go all the way. You decided to get a marriage license. You decided to plan out your wedding. You decided to get wedding photographers, flower people. You decided to invite the bridesmaid. You decided to reserve a church. The reverend or any other minister who will be overseeing your wedding ceremony will be a part of this. You decided to do a honeymoon. You decided to bring out all of your family members to celebrate in this important stage of your life, this important transition into maturity. You decided to become an adult, right? You decided to man up. And you're not only marrying that person, you're now marrying the state. But you don't realize it at this particular point. That is going to become very important later in the wheel. Remember I said that.
And it's so crazy when you think about it. When people talking about, pussy is free, it's really not. Even if you get yourself a girlfriend, you're going to be dating. You got to pay for dates. You got to pay with your time. You got to pay with your energy. Then you got to go and get married. And that's when you got to put in the most money. You got to get in the reverends. Like he said, you got to get in the church. You gotta get the photographer. You gotta get this. You gotta get that. That's a lot of money you're putting into for the marriage or just for the wedding, and that's going to come out of your income unless you create some type of deal with her parents or something. That's all going to come out of your money. That's going to come out of your pocket. And so you're already going to start out with a deficit of income just from the wedding. Then on top of that, you got to think about the honeymoon. You can't be cheap on the honeymoon as well, so you got to think about wedding and honeymoon. But of course, by that time you get married, you're going to have money, a sustainable income. But just think about if you had kept that sustainable income without a wife, without a girlfriend. How much more money could you have stacked without that hindrance?
Very important, because you not only did marry the person, you married the state. So remember that. Now, some people might get engaged and they get married right away. They can wait 6 months, they can wait a year, or they can wait 2 years, which would be a long-term engagement. But at the end of the day, that's about the year 0 to year 2. Now that you've done that, now that you've manned up, now that you've done the right thing, the next thing that's probably going to happen in between year 2 and year 2 and in between year 2 and year 5 is that there's going to be children involved. You're going to move all the way next down to the wheel right here. You're going to have children, and you're going to have a nice little family right here. All right. You're going to have a husband, a wife, and maybe 1.5, 2.2 children. And with those children, you're going to probably want to have a property. You're going to want a house. Somebody's going to motivate you to get a house. They're going to want you to get that house, okay, in order for you to have children. Now, most people do it in this order. They get married, then they get the house, then they get the children. That would probably be the correct order to do things. But just the way the economy works now, it is difficult to do it that way. So some people get married and then they have children and then they buy the house. Now you just bought a house. 20%.
Before we move on with that, there's another deficit right there. I wish I had that video about that one lady that was with her husband, and she was like, every man's supposed to buy. She was trying to bait her husband to buy her a house, and she's talking about every marriage does that. Every good marriage goes through that, and she wanted to have the ability to say that my husband bought a house, and then he was like, "What are you gonna do?" She's like, "I can put my name on the deed." That's what's gonna happen to you, fellas. She's going to incentivize you, quote unquote, to buy a house, or you're not going to get no punani that day. You're not going to get nothing that week, that month. She's going to hold out until you decide to buy a house. You'll have the children, just like Coach Greg Adams said. Because people don't. It's usually you get married, you get the house, then you get the children. But now it's you get married, you get the children, then you buy a house. So you already have the children. You already have the children. You're already paying for the family. You're already paying for the wife, paying for the children. Then you're going to have to buy the house. So imagine how much money you're going to be spending already buying the house. But let's just say that your wife wants to put in. She goes halfway. She goes half, and y'all do the modern marriage. Y'all go half in. This would be her in like 2 years. Because she's going to be mad that she had to put money into the house. Women do not like to pay for anything unless they want it. She's gonna be happy at first. She's going to say you're happy, but low down, she's going to be mad that she had to put in whatever type of money for the house. So you're already going to be in a deficit financially if you go the first route and pay for everything. And if you go this modern marriage, you're going to be in a deficit emotionally because she's going to hold a grudge against you. And then 2.5 years later, when she cheats on you with Tyrone, she's going to say, "You remember when you made me put in this amount of money for the house?" He didn't definitely do that for this car. He didn't. I didn't have to put in money for the car he bought me. I didn't have to put in the money for the watch he bought me. I'm telling you. Let's continue with the video. If it will play.
Percent down. Let's say you are the median household in Southern California. We'll say is $500,000. That's somewhere in the area of $100,000 that you come up with, put a down payment on the home. All right, if you live anywhere else in the Midwest and you can buy a house for $81,000, that's a different story. Not only do you have to buy
just a little
at home.
bit.
Every little thing after this is going to cost you money because it costs money to have the children. There's going to be hospital bills. There's going to be insurance. There's going to be activities that little Johnny and Sally are going to need to play.
Let's give it a second, fellas. Let me go and refresh it. I'm not sure if the sound was playing in the background, but if you listen to, you're going to have to pay a lot more insurance, football, any book clubs. You know what I'm saying? Have to do your son, and they got to do the mess up. Decide to build a family, and you never know what's going to happen when you never know how much you're going to pay for when the bill comes due. All right, let me see if we can get this video back on, because this is very important information that you guys need to watch. If you're not, sharing the wrong tab. If you don't know what the marriage wheel is like, bro, if you don't know what marriage is like, I'm telling you. All right.
There's going to be school. Now, if you send your kids to a public school indoctrination camp, then it's going to be less money for you. If you send them to a private school, which will give them a better leg up into society, that's going to cost you a little more money. So you're going to have to spend a lot more dollars. Family trips. You're going to have to go on family trips and vacations with them, because now, you can't stay in the home. You just pay for that home, but you're not going to stay there, right? You got to take the kids out to vacations and summer camps and so forth.
Yep.
But at the end of the day, everyone's smiling. Everyone's happy. Now, this guy right here, he's the workhorse of the family right here, because most likely what you want to do is you want to have this individual right here raise these two. All right, raise these two. Now, if you get in a situation where in the next stop, you're going to see if this individual is not raising these two, you're going to have problems later on in this marriage wheel. But this individual right here, he's not smiling as big because he is the workhorse. All right, he has to pay for all of this stuff that we talked about. And then somebody had to pay for the other stuff up here. All right, they had to pay for this up here. So right now you're running a major tab. So this person's probably looking at working for the next 45 years of his life. All right, we're going to go all the way down to the next point of the wheel. The next point of the wheel is very important. This point of the wheel can occur at the 5-year mark or the 12-year mark. It's somewhere in between. This is when this usually occurs. This area is what I call the bait and switch. This is what happens when this individual right here decides to change the game. They're going to change all.
And this is what I was mentioning earlier, the bait and switch, where these modern women will say they'll do one thing. We saw in that video earlier where the dude came from a 13-hour work. He had a 13-hour shift, and she didn't cook for him. But she was doing that 2 or 3 months before, before the video dropped. So that means she was doing that before. She was doing that a long time before. But then 2-3 months later, but now within that 2 or 3 month time, she decided, you know what, I'm not doing that for him. Even though that he pays for the bills, even though he pays for the trips, he does all that stuff. He provides, he protects and provides. I don't have to work a job. She's still not deciding to cook for this man. But that was the bait and switch. She was doing it before, but just recently, now in 2-3 months, she's changing her mind. She's not cooking enough food, not saving enough food. That's the bait and switch.
All of the rules related to what happened when you discussed up here. Now, if you're a man and you haven't discussed any of what's supposed to happen in your marriage from year 0 to year 50, then you're going to experience a lot of problems because this individual is going to change, and she's going to change for a certain amount of reasons. She's going to.
That's a good point to add. Always discuss what y'all and what you intend to do in the relationship. If you want a woman that's a wife, let her know that, and let her know what the wife entails, so she can know if she want to be with you or not. If she's not like that, she's gonna let you know that, and then you can dip and not waste your time. But if you're not discussing what you want in that marriage, and to let you know forthright that this is what you want in the marriage from this point on to the day we die, then you're screwed. This is what's going to happen to you, fellas.
It's going to change because the real person is able to come out. All right. The real person is able to come out because this individual's invested heavily into this relationship, invested emotionally, invested financially. And if they don't agree with anything that she does at this particular point, it's going to cost them financially. Okay. It's going to cost them what? The house. It's going to cost him time with the children. It's going to cost him all of these things, engagement rings, all of these gifts. All of these things are going to go away if he doesn't agree with what happens in this area. Okay? That's just the reality of what happens. Now, what happens in the bait and switch area? This right here happens. A feminist appears. Now, this feminist could either be already there or somebody could have told her what happened in this particular area is not what she intends. She's not a real woman. She doesn't have a job. She doesn't work. She bends over backwards for her man, and she fixes her man a plate. She cooks dinner for him every night. Now, some feminist is going to come in here and indoctrinate her, or a real feminist, the real feminist that was really in there will appear. Okay. And so the bait.
Damn, that's a fact. It's always either a feminist that indoctrinates your wife, or her real feminism comes out. So it's never so you gotta watch her, one of the friends that she has, because if she has single friends that like to go out, they have no husbands, they always sleep around with different dudes. If she's not, if she has one woman that's unmarried, that's probably was married and not divorced, and it's a single mother and whatnot, you're screwed. She is going to enact a bait and switch. Now it's when she's heavily invested. Now you're heavily invested in her, meaning you paid for all the house and all that stuff and all that good stuff. Then if her feminism comes out, then you're still screwed, because now she's going to think, oh, I do this and I do that. He should be doing more for me. That's going to be her in the next 5 years once her feminism starts coming out. Once her feminism starts coming out, that's when she's going to be like, oh, you don't do this for me, or I'm doing better than you. Because a lot of modern women, because that's usually the feminists come out during the modern women, the modern type marriages. When they're working a job and she's working a better job than you, making more money than you and able to do more things than you, oh, she's going to think she's better than you. And then that's when she's going to come at you like this, screaming. She's going to come at you like screaming every time because she's mad that her job is. She's mad that she has to work hard at her job. She's also mad that you probably have a lot more free time than her. She's also mad that the money she makes is paying not even most of the bills, half of the bills. Because if she has to pay any money into the bills, women, if they put money into the bills, they'd rather pay 30%. They'd rather pay 30% to have some little bit of responsibility so they can be like, oh, I'm a partner or whatever. But unfortunately, when they put more than if they put more than 30% and your household is dependent on her money, they're going to be very angry at you. And that's when a lot of marriages break down. That's when a lot of them break down. And then that's when you're going to end up paying more in the back end, because these modern women, they can't handle a marriage like that anymore.
The bait and switch will happen. So what happens in the bait and switch? Most of the time, the male starts entering his prime earning years. This is when his income is probably going to peak or be at the top. All right. So this is between year 5 and year 12. All right. His income is going to start peaking because this guy has been working his ass off. He had to just buy a house. He had to take the kids to all these family trips. He has to pay for private school. He has to pay for all those hospital bills and all that stuff. So he's starting to work his ass off. He's the workhorse. The feminist starts looking back and going, holy crap, I got married at 25, maybe 28, 29, 30, and I've had these children. I've been pregnant for probably 5 years nonstop. I've been raising these kids for another 5 years. They're driving me crazy. I miss my younger years. Because I got married, I wasn't allowed to be a young woman. I wasn't allowed to go out to the club and shake that ass and watch yourself. Shake that ass, watch yourself. I wasn't allowed to do that because some man told me that I had to be at home barefoot and pregnant and cooking and cleaning and raising the kids. This is unfair. I got a raw deal. I want to go out and I'm going to start doing girls' nights out. I'm going to start doing girl trips. I'm going to start going to Las Vegas, Miami. I'm going to start traveling with my girls because I need some time off. I need some time away so I can.
Any woman that says they want to do that and need some time off, y'all need to leave them alone. Start preparing that divorce papers, because she is going to go cheat. She will cheat. She will come back and be disobedient. She's not going to listen to you. And then she's going to be mad at you. And then eventually she's going to want to leave you. So you might as well just get it over with and be like, okay, we're done. I can't deal with women like that, because being a mother is not an on and off thing. And it's not that way for a father neither. But unfortunately, a lot of fathers aren't able to be in a lot of children's lives for a multitude of reasons. We don't have to go through all the reasons today. But being a father nor mother is not an on and off thing. And being a husband and wife It's not an on and off thing neither. But unfortunately, the way these modern women act, eventually when you get to the bait and switch section of your marriage, it's going to be over for you because you wasted all your time and wasted all your you waste all your time and money on a person that decided when y'all were building, y'all decided, okay, that's it, I'm done.
Attract some younger men and get my self-esteem up. I want these men to tell me, "Oh, you got 2 kids? I can't even tell." All right, you don't even look like you got one. You look like you be 25. All right, they gonna start gassing your head up. This is what happens now. The wall starts to appear. She starts to run into the wall. All right, the crow's feet comes in. All right, her face starts changing, the body starts changing, and she needs to pump up her self-esteem.
Yep.
Another thing that could be happening is she could be experience postpartum depression. If all of these things happen in a relatively short time span, she could experience postpartum depression. She could be dealing with bipolar disorder, and her mentality is going to completely shift. She's dealing with a lot. She's dealing with feminism. She's dealing with postpartum depression, mental disorders. She's dealing with self-esteem issues. Also, which could be into the picture, she's also maybe dealing with some alcohol or some drug issues. But right here, affairs. All right, affairs start to enter the picture. Yep. All right, and affairs could be on both ends. Now, you could be talking about the man having an affair because that 7-year itch, which is really a 3-year itch, but we're going to push it out between the years 5 and 12. The affairs start to happen. This guy right here, he probably ain't getting it like he was getting it before because these two appeared, which they're lovely kids, right?
Yeah, that's another part of the bait and switch. Women withhold pleasure time. Now, obviously, you have kids, of course, and kids aren't the easiest thing to take care of. However, a lot of women withhold sex from men. And then after a while, that's what they get used to doing. And then even when the man even tries to engage in sex with her, she makes some type of excuse. And it's even worse if you have a feminist wife, a wife who's not a housewife that likes to go out and work. It gets even worse. It gets even harder. So that's the reason why a lot of men step out. Men will step out. But a lot of men won't even step out and then deal with a lot of bitterness because they're like, yo, I want to be with my wife, but my wife wants to go out to the club. My wife wants to always be at work. She's talking about she's busy. My wife wants to take these girls' trips. She's not being with me.
He wouldn't change anything. However, he's not getting it like he wants to get it. And she's bored because she knows every move this guy's going to make in the next 15 minutes of the sexual experience. So she's just like, I can't even take it no more. The sight of him disgusts her. And for him, he's like, okay, she's changing quite a bit. She ain't hiding all of that like she used to be. So little Sally was the kid, so I got to give her another one. Tammy's at work. Tammy's looking hot. Now, he's about to catch a case. He looks like the wife did when he got married. So he's a little conflicted. He's like conflicted. So the physical sexual affairs start to happen. You got the financial affairs. She's buying know about. All right. So financial affairs are starting to happen. Emotional affairs. This is when you catch somebody
Sorry about that, guys. I do not know what just happened. But we're going to finish this up, though. We're going to finish this up. I got booted out of StreamYard. But hey, we're going to get back to it.
Jobs. You have a series of jobs. Most people tell you you should have a career, and not a lot of people do have careers. We just have a series of jobs. But she's going to be career minded. So she's going to look back at this time right here that she missed out. Not only on her girls' night on the younger years, she missed out also on a lot of work. So if both incomes are needed, a dual income household is needed, then she's going to have to kick back to work. But what happens is when she goes back to work, all right, she's going to experience affairs, all right? She's going to experience, not only if she doesn't experience a sexual affair, it's going to be an emotional affair, all right? She's going to start texting someone, maybe her boss, maybe a coworker, maybe somebody she's taking a business trip with, and she's going to start experiencing how these things work. All right. So that's what happens in the next section. This is the bait and switch. This individual who you thought was your wife is not going to be your wife anymore. It's going to be another individual who you're dealing with. And this bait and switch will cost you money. It's going to cost you a hell of a lot of money because you're about to lose everything if you don't switch with her. If your mentality doesn't switch with her, you're about to lose a hell of a lot of money. Now, here's the next stop on this wheel. You go from the bait and switch. Now, this one can happen anywhere between year 5 and year 18. This next stop that you're going on, we're going to call right here $2 divorce rate. That's the next stop on your wheel, gentlemen, is the divorce rate. Because if this feminist appears and her mentality changes and I forgot a spot right here. The marriage counselor shows up, all right, and she goes to the marriage counselor, and the marriage counselor, she spins a tale, and you can't get yourself out of it. Then eventually you're going to go right here to divorce rate. Okay, what's going to happen next is you're going to start seeing the appearance of these following people: the family court and judges. You're going to see attorneys. You're going to start seeing therapists. And you're going to see these people right here, the child support system. These people will cost you thousands of dollars. And all because this bait and switch happened. All because this feminist showed up. The family court is where you guys are going to fight over right here, Sally and little Johnny.
Yep.
This is where this is going to happen. You're going to fight over them. Now, most states now presume 50-50 custody right off the bat. But if this attorney appears and convinces your ex that she can get majority custody or full custody, then she's going to believe that she can get it. All right. And she's going to fight you tooth and nail for these two individuals right here. These will be the pawns.
Now, if you prepare for them to be pawns, if you prepare to deal with that mental anguish and dealing with that, that's on you, fellas. I know we want a companion. I know we want a companion. But going to that point of the divorce grape, it will be the toughest thing you will have to deal with in your life. The toughest thing. Because you're going to have to deal with losing your family. You're going to have to deal with the woman that you wanted to spend the rest of your life with. Then you're going to have to deal with not being able to see your kids as much as you want to anymore. Then you have to deal with financial struggles because you have to deal with going to court. You have to deal with getting a lawyer. Yeah, like you said, therapists, because you children have to going to have mental struggles. And then you have to deal with a lifetime of problems because your children are going to grow up in a broken home. And you know how that affects children in a broken home. So you're going to be facing a lot when you get to that point. Now, tell me again how men benefit from marriage.
Pawns for her. All right. And this will drag out your family court experience. Not only will it drag it out here, it's going to drag it out in the next spot. The appearance of therapists or the suggestion of therapists will appear. not only for yourself, but for your children. And the child support system will show up, all right, because you're going to lose a lot of money. Not only are you about to lose this right here, this house that we needed to get to have your children, you're going to lose time with your children. And not only are you going to lose time with them, you're going to be asked to pay for that time. The time that you lost with them, you're going to have to pay for that because they're going to stay with her and you're going to have to pay for her time with them. Now, remember, the feminist showed up and said that she wanted to work on her career. She wanted to go to girls' night out. She wanted to go to girls' trips. She wanted to go back to work. She wanted to have affairs. Now, all of those things are going to become less important because you're going to have to pay for all of that. She's either going to be able to do that on your dime with your child support money, with your alimony, with your attorney's fees, or she's not going to be able to do it. She's going to have to figure out. She's going to be stuck. So in the female approach to this, she's stuck in the paradox right here. All right. Where either she fully recovers or she doesn't. Either she continues on with this wheel or she finds herself in a parallel universe. All right. Because she's not going to either be able to afford to live that lifestyle or you're going to pay for her to afford that lifestyle. All right. The next stop. Now,
so
there's two ways.
So imagine if your wife that you have been providing and protecting all that type of stuff. Imagine if you end up having to get kicked out of your house. You don't get a chance to see your kids. And then you're still paying for the lifestyle she's living. She's traveling. She's doing all this extra stuff. She's buying new Birkin bags or whatnot. Imagine if you're still paying for that lifestyle. You don't even get a chance to see your kids anymore. That's the most likely scenario that you will have to deal with when you get married. You will still be paying for her lifestyle when you leave. All that money that's supposed to be helping the kids and supposed to be paying for the house that you bought, that's going towards her taking a trip to Miami. That's going towards a trip for her to get herself a brand new car. The business she started, that's off of your money. That's off of your money. But you don't even get a chance to see your kids. You have to live in a rinky-dink apartment. That's from your wages. And it's going to be hard for you to get back up. Are y'all ready for this, man? This is how every marriage turns out. At least 80% of them. Once you get to the divorce grape, oh, it's done. It is done. Before we continue, please make sure to hit that like button. I much appreciate that. If you also want to help grow this page, you can donate to the Cash App you see below. It'd be much appreciated, fellas. Let's continue with this.
Ways you could do it. There's an arrow here that goes this way, and there's an arrow here that goes that way. All right. And this arrow here is the blue pill line. All right. See this right here? Now, some of you guys choose to do this same situation again. All right. You're going to go back. It didn't work out the first time. And right immediately afterwards, within the next 2 years, you're going to think that was just that individual. I'm going to do it again. All right. Because maybe it was just them. And you're going to re-enter the marriage wheel right here. You're going to start right over. You're going to meet someone new. You're going to get married again and potentially do this thing over again. Okay. Sorry. I'm in reverse here. You're going to do the entire wheel over again. And this is called insanity. That's the definition of what this is. Because you're going to think you can do the same thing and you're expecting a different result. But as we know, the marriage statistics tell us that over 80% of second marriages do not work. All right. And if you find yourself back on the wheel and back with children, and then you're going to get to the bait and switch again, I mean, you're going to experience double the pain. And you're going to have 2 times of everything else with less resources to deal with. Now, the next thing you could
real quick, there's a lot of men that go out here that go through like 2 or 3 marriages. I don't even know how y'all do that. I don't even know how y'all want to go through 2. It's hard enough for 1 marriage, but you want to go for 2, 3 more? That is crazy. Why would you want to go through the marriage wheel again? That makes no sense whatsoever. But some men like to do that. And it's weird. It's weird to me.
You could do, instead of taking the blue pill line, is take that red pill and you go MGTOW. All right. And what happens is you experience all of this, and this taste creates what people call bitterness. Mm-hmm. This is what everybody shames you with, because you went through all of this and they didn't see it. They didn't go through it with you. But you're going to see these years right here create what the shaming people call bitterness. But all this is an awakening. You go, damn, that wasn't worth it. So you get booted off right here. And I'm sorry, because the light's changing off the board here. You get booted off and you're unhappy. And you decide, hell no, I'm not getting back on this wheel. But what's going to happen is you're going to experience more.
Before I let him continue with that, that's why this red pill MGTOW is growing, because they think the reason why a lot of us are red pilled and MGTOW is because we couldn't get no women. No, it's actually we experienced women on their nature. We were told different. We were told if we could be nice guys, we'd be good guys, we get a woman of her dreams. When we get married, it's going to be it. It's going to be a fairy tale, blah, blah, blah. We're told this. And then when the experience came off, you saw how ugly divorce is. When you saw how the women will play you, sometimes the woman will lie about you. When you saw how that was, then you took the red pill and you was like, yo, this is not just happening to me. It's happening to a lot of guys. I have a friend right now literally going through this marriage wheel as we speak. He's literally going through this marriage wheel. And before 2-3 years, when I swallowed the red pill, and I was talking about this, him and his quote unquote ex-wife now, the ex-wife would try to, you know what I'm saying, shame me, do the shaming tactics, all that type of stuff. She turned out to be everything I was talking about. Literally everything I was talking about. Now my friend has swallowed the red pill. He's posting stuff now about that stuff. He's even putting me onto some new videos about that stuff. This is why a lot of men are red pill and a lot of men are MGTOW nowadays. It's because they've been through that experience. Fortunately, that's not my story. Fortunately, that's not my story. I was able to catch on pretty quickly and avoid marriage before then. But a lot of men go through this, and it's the reason why we've grown so much.
More pain. More pain comes because of these two right here. And this one right here is going to use these two to create this pain. And what happens next is bankruptcy, because you're going to be financially ruined. What happens next, potentially, is contempt charges, because you can't keep up with these payments. It's becoming difficult because you have a house to support and she has a house that you're supporting. What happens next is more family court. You're going to see more judges than you did right here, because this individual right here is going to use these two to try to get more divorce rape. So they're going to continue taking you back to family court. Don't think it's over. They're going to take you back. And listen, I've been to family court and I've seen 60-year-old women coming in there filing cases for men who had back support for 20 years ago. 20 years ago.
That's crazy.
So you got to imagine you have adult children that are in their 30s and you got somebody dragging you back in for child support arrears from 20 years ago. I mean, so you're going to see more family court. You're also going to see counseling into the picture, because this individual right here may not have gotten their head straight. So they haven't adjusted. So they're going to assume these people haven't adjusted right here. But these people were probably 5, 6 when it happened. They could care less. They moved on with their lives. All right. They bounce back and forth. They do 50% custody. They do 85, 15 custody. They could care less about what you're dealing with. but they haven't adjusted yet. This person right here hasn't adjusted yet, so they're going to suggest that your kids go to counseling, which means more money.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what happens with the divorce, with the marriage will. Now, what happens now is these two right here are going to do the exact same thing. They're going to go right here at some point after you finished all of your situation. After you're here, your two kids are going to go right here. And they're going to go right through here.
Yep.
All the way around and experience the exact same thing. Okay. That's why this cycle always continues. And that's why it's important that the red pill is acknowledged at some point with these two. At some point, they have to see it. And what's happening now that the marriage rates are declining in our country. The birth rates are declining in our country. And you know why? Is because these two right here, they're the children of feminism. They're the result of divorce culture. They've seen not only their father, but their uncle, their grandfather go through this exact same will over and over again. And they're looking at it like, you know what? I got video games. I got other hobbies I need to do with. I got a lot of things going on. The last thing I want to do is get involved in this wheel because it's painful. I've seen men go through it. It's ridiculous. All right. Now,
and that's the reason why a lot of marriage rates are going down. A lot of kids nowadays, my generation and younger, have gone and seen, they've taken the red pill themselves. I'll be honest with you. They've seen what they're going on with their parents, single mothers, how hard they have it, their fathers, how hard they have it. And they're like, the men and women nowadays are like, I don't want to deal with that. Men are taking the red pill. They're not getting married anymore. And women, they've taken their own type of red pill. And they're talking about they don't want to be quote unquote slaves to the men and yada, yada, all that type of stuff. And that's fine. But now we're just creating a lot more broken homes because now we're having children out of wedlock that don't even experience what it's like to have both parents in the home. But unfortunately, this is the world we recreated, especially with the way modern women don't want to play their role as wives.
This is the marriage will. I want any of you guys who disagree, get in the comment section, see me in the comment section. If you agree, go ahead and like and share this video. There's no lies told here. And I'm sorry if I spoiled it for some of you guys, but this is what typically happens to 8 out of 10 marriages. 8 out of 10. Do you want to be a statistic or do you want to continue on this wheel? All right. Some people can do this wheel very well. All right. But not only are 50% of divorces in this situation, we can assume that 75% of them are in this situation and they just haven't hit all the spots yet. Okay?
Damn.
So that's the video, everybody. See me in the comment section. Hit that like button. Subscribe.
Now, with the stats like that, do you want to take the risk of getting married? 8 out of 10 marriages don't usually work out. They usually go through the wheel. Do you want to take that? Do you want to take that a risk? I would not take that risk one bit. Zone says women will always be slaves no matter what. Yeah, that's true. They will always be slaves no matter what. And what's crazy is if they're not quote unquote slaves to their husband, they're going to be slaves to their boss. But they like their boss because their boss pays them money. But they don't realize the boss is not going to leave them no asset when he passes away. That's what the husband's going to do. And what's so crazy is they don't think that far ahead and they decide to divorce. They still, oh man, it's a crazy thing. So if you want to get married and go by what was Coach Greg Adams called the hope strategy, then go, by all means, go ahead, get married. See how it works out for you. But 9 times out of 10, these modern women will not stay together with you. All you'll have is them screaming. They will be screaming how their problem is this, their problem is that. It always happens, fellas. And then, unfortunately, that's going to be half of your assets. It's going to be half of your DNA because your kid's going to be gone. And then it's going to be your half of your mind. You're going to be insane. You're going to either try to get back on the marriage wheel, or you're going to lose your mind because you lost your family, which is what you really was trying to do, and be comfortable for the rest of your life. I'm sorry to say, fellas, this is how marriage works in modern society. Now, a lot of men go out of the country, out of the borders to get a wife, get more traditional wives, and that's great. Hey, you have more of a better chance outside of Western civilization to find you a wife. With that being said, you're still dealing with a modern woman. Just because she's more willing to adhere to tradition doesn't mean she's still not a modern woman. A lot of these modern women nowadays can play the chameleon. They will marry you, just like with that one video with that one guy that worked a 13-hour shift. They will marry you doing the cooking and cleaning, being submissive. Then one day I don't know where the feminist comes out. They get used to the life. They get used to where they take, because usually they like to take them back to the States or they take them back to wherever they're from. They adhere to the life, and then, you know what? I want to move on from this marriage because I'm this, I'm that, I'm bored, you're this, and whatever. Then the debate and switch happens. That's when the affairs happen. Then divorce grape. And that's what you're doing when you decide to get married. That's what you're doing when you decide to get married. You're putting your life on the line, literally. Because nowadays, modern women are not even divorcing nowadays. They're just straight up trying to take you out. I'm gonna start doing a true crime stories. I'm gonna start doing true crime stories of women that took out their spouses. And I might do some of men too, to highlight some stuff. But I'm going to do true crime stories and break that down for the Red Pill MGTOW space to help you make up your mind to not get into this system. But we are working, though. We are working. Shout out to us. David's Bridal has gone down. David's Bridal has gone bankrupt. So a lot of people are not getting married nowadays. But we'll see how that goes. We'll see what happens in the next 20 years. All right, I will end the stream right here. I appreciate you guys checking me out. Before you guys leave, please make sure to hit that like button. Let's get this out in the algorithm. Also, as well, if you want to help grow this page monetarily, donate to the Cash App. You see it right? You see the ticker right on the bottom? Donate to the Cash App. It would be much appreciated. It will give me more time and an incentive to give y'all some more live streams, because I do plan to get on more live streams. I just got to plan out time and different topics. Different topics. But again, also, please make sure to subscribe to the YouTube channel. Hit that notification bell so you know next time I drop. And I will be giving y'all some more. I'll be giving y'all some more videos soon, and giving y'all some more live streams soon as well. I appreciate you checking out the MGTOW Monday. You guys be safe. You guys have a good rest of the day. Peace.
Tú haces que mi vida tenga más sentido. Haces que yo quiera estar contigo. Tú eres como el agua clara que llueve del cielo.
Cabrón.
Te quiero porque quiero que me quieras, porque como tú no hay nadie más que me pueda entender.
chinga, qué pedo. Tranquilo, güey. Tranquilo, güey, tranquilo.
Con mis deseos en cuestión de piel.
Tranquilo, güey, tranquilo ya. No te merecía, la neta. Es mucho.
Yeah. Hey, yeah. Woman don't owe you shit with your dusty Tims. Can't pull up to a crib cause you bought a din. Hold outside with your dick like let me come in. Not even by the hairs on your chinny chin. Yeah. Woman don't owe you. Yeah. Woman don't owe you shit. Boy, woman don't owe you.
Hey guys, you hear that? Women don't owe men anything. No matter what you do, they don't owe you anything. So guys, don't take them out on dinner dates. Don't pay their bills. Don't buy them gifts. They don't need us anymore, guys. This song, did you hear the song? They don't need us for nothing. They're free. They can do whatever they want. Bros, just focus on yourself.